In this lesson, we're going to do something really interesting. We're going to take one of the riddims, riddim number 1, Mel's riddim, and we're going to see what we can do with it in terms of creating a bass line for it. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, what I'm going to teach, but the point of this is to show you how I think, what is my thought process when creating a bass line. And it's going to be based around the tools that you should already have an idea about, which is the triads, the fifths, the octaves, the arpeggios, different variations in rhythm, space. So we're going to combine all of this to create something interesting. Initially, we're not really going to be thinking about, okay, I'm going to create a bass line for this, because that I would have a certain mindset for that. I'm just going to give you, okay, is this chord, so we could play this, is this chord, we could play that, okay? So just give you the possibilities, which is like the foundation. And then from those possibilities, we would actually create the bass line, giving more thought, more attention. All right, so let's go straight into it. So the rhythm, we start with the two chords in the introduction, which are D and E. And then we go to F sharp. So the key of the song is F sharp minor, is F sharp and B minor. F sharp minor and B minor. Those are the two chords. It's chord 1 and chord 4. The F sharp minor is chord 1 and the B minor is chord 4. And these are chord 6, the D major, and then the E major is chord 7. Okay, so we're going to start with the introduction. So what could we do with the introduction? So we have, is going to go D and E. So the most simplest thing that we could do is just play those root notes. So it would be just that. Okay? So that would work perfectly. You're not getting the song too busy. You're already preparing for something to come. But we could add something more. We could play the octaves. Something like that, okay? Just so now see what it would sound like with the octaves. Okay, so that's another idea. We could play fifths, okay? So we're going to go the fifth and the root note. That would be for chord D. The fifth is just the fifth above, which is going to be A and D, and then a B and an E. So we could do with this rhythm. Pa-pa, pa-pa. Okay, so it would sound like this. Okay, so I mean, we could complicate it more. We could play a triad. Okay, we could play the triads for each chord. So you're going to go root, major third, fifth, and then I would go to the fifth, for example, slide to the fifth of the next chord, which is an E, which is here on the 9th fret, and you play the triad backwards, like so. Okay, so let's see how it sounds. Okay. So you see what we're doing. We have two chords, and what can we do with it? And just experiment, and we're not going too much in terms of rhythm. So this is the basic idea when you're creating a song, is okay, what can I do? What do I know? What are the tools that I already have acquired? And what can I try to do with it? Okay, so that's enough with the introduction. We would keep it simple. And then we would go to the actual song, the F sharp minor and the B minor, okay? So we're going to start now very simple, actually, just playing root notes. And we're going to focus on making something interesting with the rhythm, okay? Just playing root notes and trying to find a rhythm that is interesting, okay? So we have the introduction. Let's go to the root. So listen. What am I doing here? I'm not playing the one. The one, if you hear, there's the kick. Boom. The snare, kick, snare, one. So you let the kick breathe. So you let the kick through, let the kick breathe. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're playing on the 2. so this would be very simple. So something else we could do, we could play the fifth and going into the root. So the fifth of F sharp minor would be here on the 4th fret on the A string. So we play it twice, we're going to do the same rhythm, so we do. And then you do the same thing for the B chord, the B minor chord. And the fifth is there, like that. Okay, so when we put it together, okay, simple. Okay, we pause. So now, instead of playing, starting the root note and then the fifth, for the B, we're going to start fifth, which is going to be our F sharp here on the 2nd fret, and going to the B. So putting the two together is, and then, okay, so let's play like that. Okay, so you see, with just fifths, we can already start to do something interesting. Now, let's try and put an actual triad, okay? So, keeping it simple, we're going to play the triads, the F sharp minor triad and the B minor triad. So, like this. So, if you see, we're keeping the same rhythm. Pop, 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 pop. Which is the same rhythm as before. Pa pa pa, pa pa pa, pa pa pa. So 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Okay, so. D, E. Now we can mix up a little. So we could do a triad for one and the root and the fifth for the other. So we could do so here I'm doing the minor triad for the F sharp minor, and then I'm doing fifth, root, root for the B. Minor triad, minor triad, and we could do fifth, root, root for the B minor, and then come to the fifth here, fifth, root, root. So we're still playing fifths and roots, but first is here, the fifth above the root note, and then the other fifth here. So we get okay. So let's play along and see how it sounds.